I can't look you in your eye and tell you that I love you.
It's not all fresh roses and smiles. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scandals from The Bachelor.
Because of what happened, we feel it's now impossible to then now form a meaningful relationship with Jake.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at scandals that come from any show in the Bachelor franchise that may include The Bachelorette, Bachelor Pad, and Bachelor in Paradise. The scandals in question could have been either on air or off, before or after the contestant's season.
Authorities say Souls was in possession of alcoholic beverages and containers.
Number 10. Racist tweets from contestant Lee Garrett.
Lee has a lot of snake in his DNA.
Drink to that.
I hope he doesn't mess up my chances of getting a rose. I don't trust him at all.
Like a plotline out of Unreal, it would figure that the season featuring the first Black Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay, would include a racist contestant. Shortly after Rachel's season began, it came out that contestant Lee Garrett, a singer-songwriter from Nashville, had some questionable tweets in his past that included calling the Black Lives Matter movement racist and comparing it to the KKK, as well as calling all feminists ugly. His inclusion on the program sparked some outrage with fans of the show, and is pretty reminiscent to when Bachelor Juan Pablo got some heat for his homophobic comments, calling gay people more pervert in a sense.
Whew, I'm glad they didn't pick her.
ABC, please keep this type of hatred off our screens.
I'm happy you got the rose, man. That's good, you deserve it for growth.
Number 9. Michelle K and the Sound Guy.
Michelle K left the show last week during the rose ceremony with the pronouncement, "There is nobody here for me in paradise." Well, as it turns out, that wasn't exactly true.
It's pretty common knowledge that past contestants of The Bachelor and Bachelorette go on Paradise to find love with one another. But Michelle K from season 14 with Jake Pavelka didn't seem to get that memo. After not feeling an attraction to any guy on the show and voluntarily deciding to leave, she hooked up with the sound guy Ryan Putz in secret on her final night. Or so she thought.
Can I come in and chat with you?
No.
A producer came to check on her only to find Ryan in her room. Instead of dealing with the consequences, he decided to jump off the room's balcony, where he fell 25 feet and broke both of his legs.
And it looked like it was just like 6 feet below me. I was like, okay, I can do that. So I let go, and it was a lot further of a drop than I thought it was.
And in the end, he still got fired. Tough luck, bro. Number 8. Chad's antics get him booted.
You are feisty.
You're a fireball yourself.
Known as the villain on Bachelorette JoJo Fletcher's season, Chad Johnson kept up the persona and problematic behavior that came with it on Paradise. On night 1, Chad got extremely wasted, and as he made out with Lace, he became more aggressive, name-calling and threatening to throw her under a bus. When Sarah called him out for his remarks, he proceeded to call her a one-armed bitch due to her disability.
The way you're talking about women is so disrespectful. I want nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Other contestants tried to get him to calm down, but he eventually passed out. The next morning, he was unapologetic, as Chris Harrison asked him to leave. Before his final exit, he gave the host an earful and threatened to fight him as well. What a class act.
You can do this and you think this is all like fun and games? This is my life. This is my life. And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna try and make me look like a bitch. You, Chris Harrison.
Number 7. Kaitlyn spoils her own ending.
The only thing that could probably ruin my date with Nick would be birds.
Kaitlyn Bristow was always an unconventional bachelorette due to her carefree attitude and independent streak, which sometimes came at odds with the show itself. Case in point, she slept with Nick Viall before the fantasy suite, a big no-no on the show that led to a bunch of drama.
I feel good about it.
Never want this end.
But her bigger no-no came off-screen, when Kaitlyn accidentally Snapchatted a picture of her in bed with the eventual winner, Sean Booth, only 4 weeks into her season.
He's like, I did something really bad. I'm like, you idiot, you Snapchatted a picture of us. And then he's like looking, he's like, you did it. And I was like,
It was an unwanted spoiler for many fans, and got her in hot water with the network that she still has a strained relationship with. Number 6. Jake and Vienna breakup disaster.
Together for the first time since their breakup. Let's bring her out. Vienna, why don't you come out and join us?
At this point, we don't expect the majority of couples from the show to last. But we don't expect them to flame out in such a disastrous manner either. But Bachelor Jake Pavelka gave us just that, when him and season 14 winner Vienna Girardi needed a whole breakup special with Chris Harrison to sort out the drama that was their relationship.
But I know you, the real you, and I knew you would do it if I didn't.
You don't know me, and I wouldn't have done it, and if you...
If I don't know you, then
please
why
stop interrupting me.
The whole time, the two snapped at one another, with Jake accusing Vienna of cheating and her calling him a fame whore. It's unclear how their relationship got so bad, but it didn't exactly help the idea of finding your true love on the franchise.
When we're trying to work things out, this is what happens.
Number 5, Chris Soules hit and run.
I rear-ended a guy in a tractor.
Is the tractor in the ditch?
Yes.
Chris Soules was a pretty run-of-the-mill bachelor, but 2 years after his season, his name began appearing in the tabloids after a fatal hit-and-run in his home state of Iowa. Chris reportedly caused a car accident that left 66-year-old Kenneth Mosier dead.
Mr. Soules, you are charged with leaving the scene of an accident causing death.
Unfortunately, Chris fled the scene of the crime, and he's facing the charge of leaving the scene of a fatal accident, to which he entered a not guilty plea. Bachelor Nation has been largely quiet about the charges, but it's a terrible situation for everyone involved, especially the deceased.
Are you talking to him? Is he conscious?
He's not conscious.
What's your name?
My name's Chris Soules.
Number 4, Rozlyn and the producer affair.
Rozlyn, can I touch you outside?
You can't help whom you fall for, but season 14 contestant Rozlyn Papa couldn't have made a worse choice. On Jake Pavelka's season, Rozlyn hit it off with a producer on the show, which production quickly found out about.
You entered into an inappropriate relationship with one of our staffers.
When Chris Harrison confronted her, she proceeded to lie and say she did nothing wrong, even though there was evidence to the contrary. She was booted off the show for their physical relationship, and the producer was fired as well. After all was said and done, Rozlyn maintained her innocence, saying the whole thing was concocted for ratings. Whatever you have to tell yourself, girl.
On my child's life, that never happened.
That's what I saw.
Number 3, Brad Womack chooses no one.
Remember when you told me that marriage for you is one time and one time only? I feel the same exact way. And I just say goodbye to Jenny.
The whole foundation of The Bachelor is that there will be an engagement at each season's end. But Bachelor Brad Womack shattered that expectation on the show's 11th season, when he chose to propose to neither Deanna Pappas nor Jenny Croft. He did his best to let down both women gently, but in the end, it was a polarizing move that made some members of Bachelor Nation feel like he took the whole show and the process for granted. The backlash didn't stop him from returning as a Bachelor for season 15, but his first time won't be forgotten.
I refuse to give you any kind of false promise because I do care about you so much.
Number 2, Jason Mesnick dumps Melissa for Molly.
You know, I came here to find, in my whole life, find somebody like Melissa. And since this all ended, things have been different.
The After the Final Rose special is meant to be the first time we see The Bachelor and the season's winner together as an engaged couple. But Bachelor Jason Mesnick threw that out the window when he used the platform to dump the winner Melissa Rycroft. Melissa was devastated and called Jason a bastard for breaking up with her on national TV.
You're such a bastard.
I wish more than anything that last day you would have just let me go. Instead of doing this to me. I'm so mad at you.
Everyone was in shock as he asked for a second chance with runner-up Molly Mullaney, who accepted his offer. It shook the franchise, but all's well that ends well, since Jason and Molly got married in 2010, are still together and welcomed a child in 2013. Number 1, Bachelor in Paradise Season 4 Shutdown.
Eligible bachelors and bachelorettes are coming to Paradise for a second chance to find their soulmate.
Not even a week into shooting the 4th season of Paradise, production was halted after there were allegations of misconduct, and a producer allegedly brought a lawsuit against the network. Details were hazy, but it came out that 2 of the show's villains, Demario Jackson and Corinne Olympios, were engaged in a sexual situation that may not have been consensual. In what became a big cluster of he said, she said, multiple parties gave varying accounts to what happened, and both Corinne and Demario were dragged through the mud in the process. After a third-party investigation and review of the footage, the studio determined that no laws were broken, and they would be moving forward with the season as planned. We'll never know quite what happened with this one, and we get the feeling ABC doesn't want us to.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.